Hello there, and welcome back. Sorry, I'm actually on page 25. I was a page ahead of us. And there are 10 word problems in this video that we need to look at that will allow you to practice your proportion skills. So we'll be looking at the skills you've learned in the proportion unit. So let's dive right in here. We're on page 25. And remember when we did word problems last time, how I highlighted that question? I'm going to keep doing that because that's a very good habit for you to get into. So if you have a highlighter, get that ready and we'll see what we can do with these. A small auto company produces 220 vehicles in a 5-day work week. How many cars will they produce in 15 days? So let's go ahead and highlight our question. You want to go from the capital letter to the question mark. And then we start marking things. How many cars will they produce in 15 days? So those are my units for comparison. And you can go ahead and set up your proportion using those units. So that question will probably tell you the units that you need. It also tells you 15 days. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in the days column. It's not 15 cars, it's 15 days. And I'll tell you what, I think I'm just going to follow this through. I had to stop and think a minute. So let's go ahead and make space for the other ratio. Remember, a proportion is 2 equal ratios. And that is going to come from a given ratio. And right there it is. In this one, it's pretty straightforward. 220 vehicles, well, that's another word for cars. So 220 goes on the cars row. And how many days go with that 220? Well, it's 5. So there's your proportion that we need to solve. So let's say 220 times 15. And you don't have to write this. I'm just writing it because I'm teaching you the class. But if you know that, you don't have to write all this down. So 3,300 divided by 5. And that is 660 cars. So my answer is going to be 660 cars. And what's underneath that? In 15 days. So your answer is 660. Okay, number 2. A car company pays $112.40 for 8 door handles. How much will they pay for 24 door handles? So highlight your question and look for your units. There's pay, so that's money, and there's door handles. So that question is telling me the next step, money and handles. And we don't know how much money, but we know they want to buy 24 door handles. And then let's back up in the problem to get the given ratio. And right there it is. Dollars and handles. 112.40 over 8. And if you know how to solve a proportion, you're in business. 112.40 times 24. And I'm out of room there. This is a big number. And guys, this is not a proper equation. I'm just showing you calculator strokes. So I know this is not proper form. I'm just showing you the buttons that you need to press. So 337.2 is your final answer. Make that 20 cents. And that's this number. So 337 over 24. And that's your answer. $337.20 for 24 handles. And if you step back and look at those two, they worked exactly the same way. There is a pattern to this, and if you know how to do these, they will work every time the same way. Okay, number 3. An art teacher is buying classroom supplies. 12 bottles of paint will cost $438.28. That's some expensive paint. How much will 36 bottles of paint cost? So let's go with the question. You always want to look at that and then go with the unit. So you've got 36 bottles and the word cost. So my proportion is bottles and money. And we know that we want 36 bottles, but we don't know what the price is on that yet. Okay, let's back up and get our given ratio. That's 12 bottles, $438. So 12 bottles, $438.28. And here is the multiplying. It's okay that it's going the opposite way this time. That's perfectly normal. So we get 1 There is no way that this problem can be accurate. Even though that is the answer, I believe. Let me double check that. There's no way that can be a true problem. But the answer is there. Unless this is some extremely expensive paint. I bet I know what happened. On the keyboard, the $sign is above the 4, and I bet that's what happened right there. That was supposed to be a $sign. I don't know, but mathematically we can solve this. That's some very, very expensive paint. If you broke that down to the unit rate, the 438.28 divided by 12, that's like $36.50 a bottle. So maybe that is right. I don't know. I'm not an artist, but that just seems very expensive to me. So anyway, they don't want me to explain it. They just want me to work it. So, all right, number 4. Aaliyah has $20. She can buy 3 books for $5 at the book sale. How many books can she buy with her $20? So, how many books can she buy with her $20? Look for your units, books, and dollars, and go ahead and set that up. And we know that she has $20. So let's go back and look for the given ratio. And right there it is. 3 books, $5. And so here's the multiplying. 20 times 3 is 60. And 60 divided by 5 is 12. So she can buy 12 books for $20. We are solving proportions. Okay, I'm going to stop this video before we tackle the last 4 of these, and I'll be back with you in just a minute.